And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Lost Odyssey. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. The host with the most, as they say. And we've got our work pretty well cut out for us. Thinking Angora is a secret chamber someplace where he conducts his experiments with magic. I have a friend with a few connections, but he told me that Gongora's got to have some kind of treasure inside there. Haven't heard from the guy lately, though. Probably got too hot for him in the city, if you know what I mean. I doubt he actually tried sneaking into that room, but we know where a treasure is. So we get a treasure hint. We're not going to be able to deal with it yet, so don't worry too much about it. Let's see here. All my pals in the security force are on edge right now. It's getting hard to work with them. Can't blame them, I suppose, with the goats and army attacking the capital and all. Thanks to the Wool Massacre, we're desperately short on personnel. I haven't been home in ages. I just wish I could at least get a letter off to my family. Say, you're headed to town, aren't you? Could you deliver a letter to my family for me? Yes. Thank you. My father, Carlen, is in the station square near the Royal Palace, I think. Tell him it's for me, alright? So we get the soldier's letter. Yay. Which we can kind of knock some of this out right now. Let's go to let's go to, oh jeez, I can't decide. Let's go there. I'm probably doing this the hard way. Okay, so what we want to do... We'll come back through here later anyway. Probably. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Anyway. We're going to come in here and use the monorail system to get us to where we need to go. Which is actually a specific station. To fulfill various other things. Wait a minute. Royal Palace, yeah, that's where we want to go. Again, lots of stuff for us to do. Alright, here we are. To an area we've actually never been. That's why this stuff is all untouched. Excuse me. And yeah, there he is. Get out of the way, little girl. And we'll give him that. We get the tough seed because it's tough. Yay. So that's good. Okay. So that's fine. Let's keep moving because there's still stuff we can do. And like I said, a whole new kind of area to explore. Somewhat. Alright, so... Look carefully there. Kind of blend in a little bit, but they are there for us to loot. As we get a seed. And we get 3 adamantine ores. Now, where is he? Magic energy is a terrifying thing. I have no one left to rely on now but Gongora. He says that the Grand Staff will protect us, though I am worried about my son. Son has decided to guard the Great Gate, but there are so few soldiers left, he must have it pretty rough. His name? It's Yellen, huh? You have a letter from him? Oh, thank you. I hadn't received any word from him, so I was worried. Here, I'll give you this for your trouble. And we get the Freedom Armband. Easily one of the better accessories to have in the game. Somebody's got to learn this sucker quick, fast, and in a hurry. Even more so over other stuff, so we're going to make sure we put it on someone immediately. If I can find it. Because 5 plus 5 slots. Far more important than a slight improvement on counter, if you ask me. Alright, let's keep moving. Again, a lot of stuff we really didn't have access to do getting done now, so so let's keep going. Pardon me, have you seen anyone who looks like this? He's my father. I haven't, I see. You haven't, I see. He was supposed to visit the city yesterday on an errand during the Gongora coronation ceremony. I fear he was swept up in the goats in advance. I apologize for the trouble, but if you see my father, please let him know, and take this. And you'll be able to recognize my father from it. We get a missing persons poster. Okay, so not a big deal. So let's deal with this right now. For obvious reasons. Because we don't have to travel too far from here before we go into the castle and do other stuff. May as well knock this out now. Just so we are sure that we finished it. Do. Hope if I didn't walk right into that. Shouldn't be a guard. There he is. Well, actually, there's an old man who was injured when the magic beast crashed in front of him. Anyway, his injuries are slowly getting better, but he is still not well enough to speak, so I haven't been able to find out what his name is or where he lives. You hear him mutter something that sounds like the name of a place, but it must be some random small village or something. Not even the agents at the station knew when I asked. It doesn't bother me to wait until he can speak on his own, but I want to do something for him at a time like this. If only I could somehow contact his family. That's him. That's the man in my house. You said his son came looking for him. Please, by all means, give my address to his son. I've got to run home now and tell his father the good news. Okay. So let's go back to that dude and let him know what's up. What a dump! For my father, are you serious? Oh, he's injured. Well, I'm glad someone is kind enough to take care of him. I'll go visit him right away. Been such a help to me. Allow me to give you a small token of my appreciation. Thank you very much. As he throws us 9 nightmare seals from across the way. Alright, let's keep moving. Alright. Really quick. There we go. through here. Alright. Well, you know, we can't do this yet. Now that I'm thinking about it. You'll see there's a seal over here. I don't think we can do this one yet. So they're in here. It's my father's handwriting. Follow my footsteps and unlock my will. Yeah, so we can't do anything about that yet. Alright, so that's pretty much all there is here, I'm going to assume. Let's go this way just to check. Or not. Okay, let's just go this way. Because there's nothing over here. Other than that one thing. Which, yeah, we'll make a note of that. And I guess what we can do... Let me think. What can we do right now? We can do... We can get some... I believe we can get some treasure hints and treasure stuff done. There's all... You know what? We'll do that, but we're not going to do that next. I know what we'll do next. Something that's actually a little more relevant. Not a little more relevant, but we haven't done it since, what? Disc 1? Maybe? Yeah, I would say about Disc 1 or 2. Getting stuck getting hung up on stuff as we're outrunning the screen. Let's go to here. As we have quite the collection of stuff we've been holding on to. Let me see. I want to say he's around here somewhere. Yeah, we don't want to be here. Again, if you forgot something in like the sewers and all that other stuff, you can go through there, but we shouldn't be having that problem. I believe we grabbed everything through there. Here we go. Kind of blended into the background. Okay, so let's give it a shot. And we've done these two, so let's do number 3. Okay, so... Let's see here. I'm going to turn it up a little bit so I can hear it. Okay, so he told us what to hit, right? So I believe it was E... Rest... G... F. Then E, D, C, R? And there it is. Again, not hard. These are not hard at all. And it gives you free stuff. If you're really hurting to memorize them, just write it down. Too. That's the other thing you can do. That was some super playing. To commemorate this first performance, I'd like to give you this. Colon badge. Let's do the next one. 5-person challenge. Gegba GFD RCR. This is a little longer than the last one. I actually got to think about it for a minute. Just a little bit. Come on, you. So Gegba GF, what was it? GFDCR. Gegba. So we need G-Geg. Buh. And then it was GF Decker, GFDCR. So GFDC rest. Should be correct. Sweet. And we're going to get some goodies for this. Wind Charm. And we got 2 more to do. Making it longer. Death Jar Girder. Death Jar Girder. Death Jar Girder. So, 4 people again. So, Def. Right. So, D, A, and E, F. And then, Drar, right? D, rest, should be A. And then, oh boy, then it was Girder. So G, E, Getter or Jerder, whatever. It wasn't Girder, it was G. Yeah. we're good. Simple enough. Simple enough indeed. Congratulations, that was the super playing. Yeah, man. Toughness brooch. Which is not as good as it sounds. We already got a better one, but I believe they stack. Don't worry about that right now, though. Music score number 6. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. It's da 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 da. Okay, so it starts on concert C. So that makes that easy. So it's still 4 people. So not a hard one by any stretch of the imagination. Starting on concert C. So if you know music and you know that it starts on C, 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 G, G, you know the interval. So this one's pretty straightforward. And then we should have A's and G's. La, da, ya. And then there should be a rest. That's a second down from that. Da, dum. And a second down from that. Da, da. Or rather, yeah, minor second down. And then da, 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 rest. And that should be it. Da, 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 da. Twinkle, twinkle, screeching star, wonder where your panties are. Crooked cliches out of tune with your dark side of the moon. Congratulations, that was a superb play. To commemorate this performance, I'd like to give you this. And this is the last thing we can do with regards to this. 46 caliber magic rifle. So finally, a better piece of gear for Sed for the moment. There it is. Okay, so we're good to go, at least caught up for the most part with that. So while we're here in this area, we can start doing some other stuff. As we can unlock some treasure-seeking thingies, or rather, we can pick up some treasure hunt stuff and knock some of it out. Not all of it, but knock some of it out. Okay, so again, just to show you nothing here. I think he's getting confused where there's a guy that's near this elevator, and he gives us pretty much what we're looking for information wise. monument in the station square. There's a rumor about some kind of treasure hidden inside of it. Just before the council took power, a group of royalists took something out of the palace and placed it there, so the story goes. The council conducted an undercover investigation, but apparently they weren't able to discover anything. Some royal station square monument. Let me see here. So we head up and around. Get the Gaia Breaker and a Gaia Ring. Ooh. So, new weapon. Since, yeah, he's still using something pretty old. Pretty beastly weapon for not having anything really attached to it. Double damage to penetrate GC when perfect. Yeah, we'll put that on for now. Alright, so that's all done. Let's keep moving here. I want to say there's something this way. Again, with regards to more stuff that we need to do and whatnot. As we've got a handful more stories to do. We could knock one out. We could undo more treasure stuff. So let's do it. Where'd that Gotha build all those magic weapons so they can burn Uhra to the ground? Anything that's necessary to beat Gotha. It's like what they all say, kill or be killed.
Not quite, young
one. We get another memory, but don't worry. There's only about 4 more left. Which is after this one, so that's good. We're almost through them, I think. There's 4 or 5 left. The sooner we get through them, if those of you who are annoyed by these, the better. If you like them, even better.
Beyond the wall. The wall is being demolished. Sledgehammers resound on both sides. The wall marked the national border for decades, until yesterday. Border might not be the right word, however. Originally, both sides were part of a single nation. The country became divided, owing to differences in ideology. And the two sides remained so mutually antagonistic that a high, thick wall had to be built. Those days are gone now. A year ago, the leaders of the two sides shook hands in an historical reconciliation. Today, after much preparation and coordination, the wall that symbolized the two sides of antagonism is being demolished. The sound of hammering signals and the end of opposition and extols the beginning of peace. "Come on, give me a break," says Yuguno, spitting on the ground and glaring at the backs of the people swarming at the wall. Look at them, smiling like idiots. I can't believe it. He glances at Kaim by his side as if to say, right? His still boyish face wears a scowl of disgust. Tell me, Kaim, you've been to a lot of different countries and seen all kinds of people. Can people just take years of hatred like that and throw it out the window? Kaim gives a sour smile instead of replying. Yuguno is a young man, the first person that Kaim became friends with shortly after he arrived in this border town. He's pleasant enough except for this stubborn hatred of the people from the other side. One lousy handshake and I'm out of a job. I mean, really, give me a break. Yuguno used to be a border guard. In other words, one of the men assigned to keep watch on the wall. He'd volunteered, eager to kill anyone who dared to come over the wall from the other side. If his superiors had permitted it, he would have gladly crossed over and attacked the other side, rather than waiting to fend off an invasion. As a mandatory part of the reconciliation, however, the border guards were disbanded. Unlike his brothers in arms, who quickly started new lives for themselves, Yuguno was left behind by the changing times. Tell me, Kaim, can people be allowed to just slough off their resentment so easily? Do they just not give a damn? Kaim does not respond to this. He knows that Yuguno is a victim of the age of confrontation. Still just a young man, a boy even. Yuguno has been thoroughly conditioned since childhood to view the other side as the enemy. Watch out. The other side could attack at any time. Watch out. The other side are all cruel, cold-hearted villains. Watch out! If the other side ever invaded us and occupied our towns, they'd burn down our houses, steal our property, kill our men, and assault our women. Watch out. The day is not far off when they will be invading us. It could be 3 days from now, or it could be tomorrow. They might be climbing the wall today, this very moment. Watch out! They've already sent their spies among us, and you can tell for sure who they are. They're the ones who extol and sympathize with the other side by word and by deed. Watch out! They're probing for the slightest gaps in our psychological armor. Remain alert. Be ready to draw your sword at any moment. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! There was much to be found out about the other side in the history books distributed by the schools on this side. The pictures of the people from the other side portrayed them all as ferocious demons. I'm not the only one, you know. All of us were taught the same thing. So how come everybody but me is so happy about all the wall coming down? Yuguno asked, looking utterly bewildered by these new developments. Again and again he repeats his disbelief. Finally, Kaim cannot help but respond to him. You were too pure, he says. What? It's not your fault, Yuguno. It's the ones who filled your pure, honest heart with hatred. Wait a second now, Kaim. The animals who live on the other side of the wall are the ones who did this to me. The horrible things they do. Kaim cuts him short. Have they ever done anything horrible to you? Well, sure, no, not really to me, but just what is it you hate the other side for? Well, you see, Gunner's momentarily at a loss for words until all he can do is raise his voice and blurt out, It's true, though. The whole bunch of them are just horrible people. He folds his arms in a deceited pout. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? To, like, modern politics and issues? How are they horrible? What did you ever see any of them do? When? Where? Yuguno stammers and sputters. Have you ever met somebody from over there? Kaim demands to know. Yuguno hangs his head and shakes it from side to side. With a grim smile, Kaim says, Well, I have. They're not devils or demons or anything of the sort. How could they be? You all used to be part of the same country. But that stuff is beside the point anyway. Countries and races and tribes. You're all human beings. You're all the same. Yuguno stays silent, hanging his head. Cheers erupt at the wall. The wall that separated the two worlds for decades has just now been broken through. Representatives from this side and the other side walk through the opening, greet each other with smiles and firm handshakes and embrace. The cheers grow louder, and people, mostly members of the younger generation, gather in circles here and there expressing their joy. Yuguno glares down at his own shadow and asks Kaim, So what should I do now? All I've ever done is hate. All I've ever known is how to do is hate them. Kaim gives Yuguno a pat on the shoulder and says, It's not too late to change. You can start now. Can I? You can, I'm sure of it. Kaim is sure because he knows what it was like when both sides were a single country. It was a kindly nation, by no means rich. It was yet a happy country of compassionate people. I'm telling you, Yuguno, people can change. If you say so. Look over there, Yuguno. Look at those people enjoying themselves. Hesitantly, Yuguno raises his head. Around the wall, a celebration is beginning. Young people are dancing, singing, toasting each other, engaging in conversation, and all of them used to be companions of Yuguno's, who received the same education he did. No doubt the young people on the other side were similarly educated to hate. What do you see over there? Demons? Devils? Yuguno shakes his head and lets the tightness go out of his shoulders. I'm beginning to wonder, Kaim. Why until now I've been so Kai pats him on the shoulder again to signal that he understands. People can change, he says. They can change from hating to loving, and from loving to hating. Yes, Kai knows about that as well. He saw how such a wonderfully unified country was divided in two at the end of a violent civil war. Don't change anymore, Kai says, not just to Yaguno, but to all the smiling young people. The young girl hesitantly approaches Yaguno. She is from the other side. She holds a plate full of cookies. Have some if you like, she says. I baked them this morning. The cookies are heart-shaped. Urged on by the smiling Kai, Yaguno reaches out for a cookie, his face bright red. Thanks, he says shyly and takes a bite of his cookie. Good? She asks. Yaguno turns a deeper shade of red and says, delicious. White birds cut across the blue sky, from the other side to this side, from this side to the other. The white birds sail through the sky almost joyfully, as if to tell the people below, in the beginning, there were no borders. But we still pooped on people all the same.
Not so much about the border issue, but the discussion that they were having, more so than the hatred of people just being taught to hate. It's like a new thing now. It's like you're taught to hate people, and you don't really have a reason to. You're just given excuses of why, right? It's a weird thing, but yeah. Whew. Now that we've done that, yay. I just want to make sure. Where is it? Yeah, okay, we got it. Just want to make sure. So let's see, we can also get some more. Trying to figure out. I know there's another dude that gives goodie info. Let's go this way. No. Excuse me. Again. Oh, great. I dropped this whole family earlier. Yeah. One of ours into the sewer by accident. Not that it matters much. It's just really a piece of junk anyway. And there's something in the sewers, which obviously we'll have to look for a little later. Alright. We're not done yet. Let's go in here. And I believe... I had a customer earlier said he picked up a treasure off the ground but threw it in the garbage by accident. The garbage dump is behind the inn, but he couldn't find it when he looked. Boy, was he mad about that. He probably found some crack on the floor or something. The more you know. And while we're here, the Grand Staff was first constructed on Crater Island, but now the entire landmass is sunk under the Sea of Baos. I heard they carted a king's ransom of materials and resources into the island to build the Grand Staff, but now it's all underwater. What a waste, huh? Search valuable materials lie on the seabed near Crater Island. Sweet. So we're not done yet. So now that we got that, let's head out. And we want to do I believe it's back there. So what we need to do is we need to go, let's get out of the way. We need to go to the inn. head through here. Do 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 do. Oh, yeah, I know. There's a lot of stuff here to do. No joke. We'll grab this, which is for Bra Product X, and then we'll head down here. Dun, 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 dun. And let's go ahead and take a look at our map real quick, because we should. We won't see it per se, but yeah, there it is right there. Hence why we opened all of these freaking things, so we didn't have to run through here more than necessary. Because you can run into random encounters. And we'll get the Scroll of Secret Skills. It just teaches another ability that we can learn from someone else, so I believe. Yeah, I believe we can. Could be wrong on that. Yeah, we should be able to. Alright, let's head back up and out. Because we're not done yet. As we head through here. And we're almost done in Uhra, so we may as well just finish up while we're at it. As we head this way. All right. Now, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm losing my mind here. There was a dude over here. Could be blending in, but I could be wrong too. Wouldn't be the first time. I just sworn there was an item to pick up. For some reason I thought that was a cab. Okay, so we get 4 necrosis mold. Again, not super relevant, but I wanted to make sure we got it, because I'm sitting here going, I know there's a dude over here somewhere that gives us something. And there's not that many people in that area. Alright. Let's keep moving. I'm working on Gore Loop before sending the throne. He's gone now, of course, so this place seems to be empty. I suppose there's no stopping you from trying to get in. Well, go ahead. You guys aren't just another bunch of tourists after all. Sure, you can hold your own against whatever you run into. Because it's not really the safe place, right? Alright, anywho, if we vividly remember in Disc 1 when we were here, we can go, god damn it, open the door. Ah, there we go. Okay. Most important is this. Real seal is broken, which, as you can see, leads us to here, which is kind of a cool place. And again, it's another little side thing that we can do later. We're going to do all the dungeoneering stuff later. I don't want to deal with that right at this moment. Like I said, look at all the free stuff we're getting. Look at all the stuff that fighting through dungeons with our immortals could teach them without having to do, you know, the whole shindig of stuff later. Especially considering how kind of time consuming that will be when we get there. Not going to lie. So really quick, let's go in here. We're not done yet. As we've never really gotten the freedom to kind of loot this area, so now we're going to. What is this thing? It's a magic device that can record thoughts. Gongor will probably use it to record his research. Shall we check what's inside?
Eternity is amazing. Do not have fear of death. As long as I am in this world, I am immortal, akin to a god. I am this world's time and history in one person. However, to remain so, I must destroy the Tower of Mirrors. But if I do, it will break the link to the power of my home world. And I will lose the magic energy in this world. If that happens, my immortality will be swept along in the flow of time. I need to create a magic energy engine in this world to replace the Tower of Mirrors. An engine would stamp out the interference from my home world and give me access to even more magic energy here. First, I must establish a power base to ensure that this world runs according to my will, the royal house of Uhra. I can position myself into that house to gain power and manipulate the people. With that power and the magic energy, my place as a god shall be guaranteed.
It's so annoying. What the heck does that Gongora guy want to do? The Throne of the Gods. Does he believe that such a thing actually exists? He probably does. That's why he completed the Grand Staff, even if it's meant becoming King of Uhra first. Alright, and you can clearly see there's something back here. So we get kind of the motivation for what he's doing. It would have been nice to have been directly referencing that more frequently, what he was trying to do, but more direct in, like, conflict and stuff with characters and everything, but it's better than getting nothing. So, for the time being, as far as Uhra is concerned, we are mostly done. Outside of the dungeon we opened up, that we will explore after kind of gathering gear and powering up as we characters and things as we need to. But yeah, we're mostly pretty well off for the time being. Now, there's a few other things we want to keep in mind while we are on this side of the world, so to speak. But there's still a handful of things we can do. But the first thing we should really do is head to the overworld because, like I said, 90% of what we need to do here in Uhra is done, which is great. It's so great. Because, again, it's less crap we got to deal with later. Beyond that, I'm trying to think of anything else we really need to do, and I just can't think of anything for the time being in game. Let's go ahead and head down and around. As we head out. Head this way. We can take the cab to get us to the front gate and get us out of Uhra. But as you can see, many of the stuff, if you missed it in the beginning of the game, in some of the earlier areas of Uhra, you can still traverse through there and get it. Whether it's worth it at this stage of the game is another story, whereas it was definitely worth it early parts of the game. So if you missed any treasures, you missed any items, you're not 100% up the creek without the paddle, as they say. So you're not, again, like I said, you're not completely screwed. And most places we have access to from prior in the game. Not everything is accessible to us, but a lot of things are. So luckily that should make it rather simple to figure out. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. When we come back, we'll be heading to Ypsilon Mountains to just there's another dream sequence there, which is actually frequently missed by people who I know who have played this game. And on top of that, there's stuff for us to do at the Grandstaff construction base as well. And then we're going to probably, after that, be heading over to knock out a shit ton of stuff in Gotza, because there's going to be a ton of stuff for us to do over there as well and whatnot. And I might change the order of that around depending on what we need to do regarding with pit pots and other stuff, and some of the other side questing stuff we need to do. We also got to go back to like the Black Cave. We got to go back to the mansion. There's a lot of things we got to do, and that we've already started. So yeah, so thanks for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JackTartStudios for more awesome live gaming action and shows that we do there. You can support this channel or both channels by subscribing to Twitch, my Twitch channel, or you can also do donations as well. Anything you guys can do to help support the channel and keep us going over here and keep us upgrading, because we're looking at green screens and more cameras and stuff. So even for this show that I do. So anyway, those are things for us to think about, guys. For you guys to think about, rather. And again, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next time.